It's been an amazing sewing and adventure and exploring week this week. So come on, let's have a chat about it. Hi there, I'm Christine the Gemini Stitcher and welcome to my sewing space. If you're one of my many new subscribers this week, welcome to the Crazy Sewing Gang. There's over 50 of you all subscribed in 1 week, which absolutely blew me away. This is my Monday Makes and Plans vlog where I talk about what I did last week, sewing and adventures this week, and plans for the coming week. So we'll start with the makes, shall we? You'll remember the week before was a bit of a meh week for me. Not very good on the sewing front. But I said I was going to put my big girl pants on and I was going to improve my sewing this week. And I've done brilliantly. I'm so proud of myself. So what have I actually achieved? Some I can show you, quite a bit of it possibly can't, or definitely can't for one of them. And that's the one I'll say first. I finished my jacket to bag transformation for the Busy Bee Sewing Challenge. Yes! I absolutely love it. Took it away to Harrogate with me this week and yeah, I'm in love with the bag. Suffice to say, it is going to be used a lot all year round. But to find out about the bag that I made from a cream cord jacket, you'll have to tune in on the 28th of August, which is the last Wednesday in August, where all 8 bloggers who are taking part in the Busy Bee Challenge will be doing their transformation challenge reveals, and I can't wait to see everybody else's. So that was item number 1 complete. Tick. The next thing that I did was managed to make a garment out of my Beyond the Pink Door subscription box. Now I will show you some pics of the dress that I made because I've put them on Instagram, but I'm not going to talk about it until I get the next subscription box, which is due end of August-ish. So I made the tuk-tuk dress from my new favourite pattern company, So Different. There's me in the tuk-tuk dress. Now, this is a beautiful dress. Really enjoyed making it. Like the fit. And if you want to find out how I got on and anything that I changed and adjustments I made, keep your eyes peeled for my next Beyond the Pink Door subscription vlog and find out about the tuk-tuk dress. The third thing that I've made, yes, I've made 3 things this week. And the third thing I made is on Rita behind me. So I will just, as if by magic, zoom out and then you can see Rita. So here we go. Doesn't Rita look beautiful? Now, there's a caveat here, this isn't finished. But you know, it's about 60-70% there. So let's talk through this garment. So this is the Fittleworth top. And I'll pop the company below because I can't remember who they are. Not one that I've used before, and it's not my pattern. My lovely friend Steph got this pattern and she made up a Fittleworth blouse. And I will pop a picture of Steph in her blouse here. I'm sure she won't mind because it was absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm not one for frills around the neck, but when I saw Steph in hers, I thought, well, do you know what? I'm going to give this a try. So she lent me her pattern. How kind. I made it as a top, but this fabric, I got 2 metres of it from the rag market in Birmingham. £2.50 a metre, so £5 for a dress. Nobody will know. And I couldn't bear not to use it all. So I made the top first to check for the fit, but I didn't hem it. And then I've shortened the length of the top and added, well, it's actually attached with pins at the moment. I need to sew it up, but I wanted to check it worked. I've used the whole width of the fabric and just cut out an oblong and put gathering stitches along the top, sewed it into a tube, gathered it, added it on the bottom to make a dress. And I think it looks really nice. The only thing is, it wasn't fitted at the waist, and I just felt it was a bit too loosey-goosey for me. So, turn round, Reed. I've pinned it at the back to cinch it in a bit, and just to see whether I liked it that way, and I prefer it. So I'm going to make some belt ties. I was thinking about sewing elastic on the inside, but then it's going to be bunched up at the front as well as the back, and I felt that would be not a good look for my tummy area. So I am going to put waist ties on it, then I can cinch it in at the back, and I think it looks amazing. So let's talk about the Fittleworth. It is a fairly easy blouse to make because there's no buttons, no zips, no collars. What's not to like about that? The only sort of semi-difficult bit is this beautiful flounce that goes all the way around the neck. Now, it's not difficult at all. The only bit where you need to take your time is sewing the narrow hem underneath the edge. But the way that you do it is overlock all the edge first and then press it under just past the overlocking. So you use your overlocking line as your guide, and then you end up with a perfect finish on it. So yeah, not difficult, just take your time. The only thing that I wasn't impressed with, if I'm honest, on this blouse was how they finished the cuffs. They told you to just sew your cuff into a tube, fold it in half so it's right sides, wrong sides together, press it, then fit it to your sleeve, but then you've got raw edges on the inside, and they just said overlock the edges to finish it off, which is fine. It is a way of doing it. It's not my way. My way is to do it as if you were binding it. So make the tube before you press it in half, then open it out, press your hem round one end, use the other end to attach it to the sleeve, fold it over, and then I hand stitch the folded over edge on the inside, encasing in all the raw edges. And that's just my way of doing it. But the other way is absolutely fine. It creates this stunning effect round the neck. Absolutely love it. Keep your eyes peeled on my Instagram, because once I've finished this dress, I will be posting some pics on there, and I will be giving my details of how I created the dress from a blouse in more detail. So that's this week's makes. Not bad considering I was away from Friday. So Friday and Saturday, no sewing. So where did I go? Well, my lovely friend Steph booked us into the Swan Hotel in the centre of Harrogate. She got a cheeky deal. We had an amazing time. Thanks, Steph. Really appreciate you thinking of me. So what did we do? Well, I went over to Steph's house for 9 o'clock on Friday morning, and the journey and adventures began. Our first stop was Skipton. If you've not been to Skipton, it's a lovely market town. You go on market day, they're all up the main square, all the stalls, and it's great to have a good look round and a rummage. We went round the market, and we also went to Boys. Now, I've never been to Boys, and I had FOMO, I was jealous of all the Yorkshire vloggers who say, oh, just pop to boys. I'm thinking, I need this boys in my life. Well, Steph said, oh, there's a boys in Skipton. Right, we'll go in there. And it didn't disappoint. So Boys isn't purely a fabric and haberdashery shop, but they have a decent sized fabric and haberdashery section in Skipton. It's up on the first floor. So we headed up there, and there was some really nice fabrics at really good prices. Now I'm trying very, very hard not to buy any more summer fabrics because I've got more than enough to be working my way through. But I'm starting to plan my autumn winter makes. So I bought just one length of fabric in Boys. Hang on a sec. It's not coming up very well on here, but it's like a browny greeny colour. Depending on what you wear it with, depends what colour it goes. And I'm sorry, it's needle cord. It's not stretch. And Steph, I want to make a pair of trousers. Now, Steph made a pair of trousers last winter. Well, she started making these trousers at the very first social, which is a year ago. And she's finally finished them. And I absolutely love them. And I loved the needle cord, and I love the colour of the needle cord that she used. So I've actually really, really copied her. I think this needle cord is virtually the same colour as the cord that she's used. And I want to use the same pattern. Trousers that Steph's made are the Quinn trousers from Merchant and Mills. I'll pop a few stock images of them up. And yeah, I think they're going to look amazing in this lovely, sumptuous, luxurious needle cord for the winter. So that's my plan for these trousers. I'm going to borrow Steph's pattern and make myself a pair of Quins, and hopefully we won't end up turning up in them on the same time and look like twins. If you've seen Steph, you'll know we could never be twins. She's about 3 foot taller than me, so no danger there. But yeah, I fancy a pair of Quins. I love hers and I want some, so I've got that needle cord to make the Quins in. We've had a cheeky lunch in Skipton, and then we headed off to Harrogate, an RHS garden near Harrogate. I've never been before. Steph's been lots of times, so she was my guide. She was my guide for the 2 days. She was brilliant. She knew everywhere to go. Everywhere she took me was stunning. I had an amazing time. But Harrogate, at the end of here, I did a little video, and I'll pop it on the end so that you can get a feel for the place. But beautiful. Well worth a visit. And in Harrogate, they have, it's not a gift shop, it's a maker's shop is the best way to describe it, where there's small companies sell their handcrafted items, and I couldn't resist. I bought this necklace. How beautiful is that with those blues in it and turquoises? Absolutely love it. And the cute little, these are made from sea glass, and I will pop the details of the company because I like to support small independent companies, and this jewellery is absolutely beautiful. So I was chuffed to bits with that. And then we headed to our hotel, the Swan in Harrogate. Lovely old hotel, beautiful. And apparently it was where Agatha Christie hid away when she went incognito. So that was interesting to find out about. We were only there the one night. We had our evening meal, lovely meal. And then we went out for a walk around Harrogate. Expecting, two doddering old dears. Just do a quick walk round to help our evening meal digest, and then we'll go back, have a nightcap in the bar and off to bed. Well, we walked past bar 1 and they had an offer outside, 2 cocktails for £12. And there was a singer on inside playing some quite good music, sounded quite good. So we decided we'd go in. We only had one drink, we were sensible. So we had our pina coladas, because we're on our holes, and listened to the singer. And there was a lovely barman, I can't remember his name, but he was so sweet. And he did all his, cocktail shaking shenanigans. We sat down with our cocktails. We had our me-made garments on, and I had my quilted jacket on that I made for the quilt festival. He came over and he said, can I just say I love your jacket? And I went, oh, that's so sweet of you, thinking you're being kind to an old lady. But he actually, I think, was quite genuine. And when I told him I made it myself, he was quite impressed. So what a lovely young man that was. We had a great time in bar 1. One drink, that was enough. Then we staggered back to our hotel because neither of us are used to drinking. Had a coffee and bed. Busy day ahead of us on Saturday. So Saturday came and we decided we were going to go thrift shopping around the charity shops and a mooch around Harrogate, and also to the Remnant house, which is a fabric shop in Harrogate. We did the charity shops first, and I've got to say there are some brilliant charity shops in Harrogate, lots of them, really nice stuff in them, well worth a visit. So if you're a thrifter or you love charity shops, I'd recommend Harrogate. It was very good. And I might have bought a couple of things. The first thing that I bought was, when we were in Anglesey, I bought a cute little tin to put all my labels in. But it's not big enough because I've got too many labels. And they're all rammed in, and every time I open the lid, they all fall out everywhere. Not a good idea. So we went in one charity shop and Steph spotted this beautiful tin for £1. Gutted I was. Double gutted, because I needed one. But she weren't for letting me have it. But that was okay. A few shops later, I spotted this. Cute cow tin. Absolutely perfect size. It was £1.99, so I paid 99p more than her. But it's perfect. And it fits all my labels in. And I can rummage around inside the tin to find the one I want without having to keep taking them all out and putting them all back in, which is what I was doing. So yeah, bargain number 1. Moo cow tin. And then, in another charity shop, they had quite a bit of fabric remnants. And I found this. Look at that. £12.99 for 3 metres. I kind of grabbed it. Don't know how Steph missed it, but it was payback for the tin, for shenanigans, and I got the fabric. So it's a Jackard fabric, if you can see. It's not as thick as I thought it was. It's semi-opaque, this fabric behind it. But, 3 metres of that. I've got all sorts of ideas in my head. I was thinking of making a jacket with it, but I'm not sure it's going to be thick enough. If I put some interlining in it, it actually will be. So I might do. And the jacket I'm thinking of, well, it's a coat really. It's a So Different coat. There's a surprise. Here's an image of it. Quite a fitted coat, knee length, and I think it will look stunning in this fabric. if I've got enough of it. I have got 3 metres, but it's only about 112 wide. It's quite narrow. So yeah, I really hope I can get that jacket and a little matching Carolson bag out of this for £12. Winner, winner. Well, that's all I got in the charity shops. I could have got a lot more. I didn't even look, I'll be honest, at garments on the rails because I have a little bit of a problem, an issue. It's in my head, I know, and it's me. But I struggle pulling a garment that's well made and nothing wrong with it other than someone's fallen out of love with it. And I struggle pulling it to bits and making something new with it. Now, I know that's a good way of using the fabric, but I just feel that there's somebody out there who would wear it as the garment that it is. So I'm not really into transforming garments from charity shops. It's not my thing. But the fabric and the tin, we had a look through some patterns. Not really any that I fancied. But yeah, we had a really good time. So then we made our way to the Remnant house. It was one of those shops that's stacked to the rafters with fabric. Only a small shop, but lots and lots of fabric in it. Now, I stuck to my guns. I only bought winter fabrics in there and I bought 2. So let's have a look what I got from the Remnant house. This is the first one. Just get up close and you can see it. It's got a swirly paisley type pattern in it on a blue background and it's a fine needle cord. And I've got this to make a winter version of the tulip dress. Yes, I know, I'm addicted. I'm going to do it all in one fabric. I'm not going to do the band on the bottom. I'm going to keep it quite plain and simple. I'm making it longer below the knee in this needle cord. So I'm looking forward to making that one. And the second fabric I got is this. Oh, it's a lightweight fleece back. It is sweatshirting, I suppose, but it's so soft on the front. Oh, absolutely. Love, love, love it. And this is going to be a snuggly, warm, either a toaster sweater or one of the Jarrah sweaters. I've not decided, but a nice jumper for the winter with beautiful white cream flowers on. Can't wait to make that. So we went to afternoon tea then at Nid Hall. Very nice indeed. And it's a Warner hotel over near Knaresborough. But we really enjoyed our afternoon tea and lovely gardens to walk round afterwards. And then we had to start heading home. But we took the scenic route. Steph took me, I don't know what route. But we went through all sorts of beautiful little Yorkshire villages on the way back and it was a lovely journey. Yeah, and then back home. Here I am, back in miserable Lancashire. Because we were lucky with the weather as well. We had sunny day on Friday and a bit overcast with some sun on the Saturday, but absolutely fine for what we wanted. If it had been as hot as it was when we went to Birmingham, that was just too much. It kind of spoilt the experience because it was hot in the shops. But yeah, perfect weather in Harrogate. Really enjoyed it. Let's talk about my plans for this week. The first thing that I'm intending to sew is I've half finished it, finish the sew along for the sewing bee shirt pattern. So that's going to get finished today and tomorrow, fingers crossed, and then edited, ready to go out on Thursday or Friday. I've got the social at the Mill House on Wednesday. Can't wait to see you all there. It's going to be a busy one. It's fully booked this Wednesday, which is amazing. If you didn't manage to get on the Wednesday and you've got FOMO, then there is a Sunday one available on the 1st of September. So email events@themillhousevenue.com and get yourself booked onto the Sunday, the 1st of September, and I'll see you then. So what am I going to sew at the social? You'll remember last week I said if I finished everything, then my Brucey bonus was going to be to make the linen version of the tulip dress. I changed my mind and decided I was tackling the Fittleworth, but I have got it all cut out here. This is going to be the make that I take to the social on Wednesday. Now, I'm not by any stretch, it's quite a simple make, but I know I won't get this done on Wednesday, but I can make a start on it because I just spend too much time chatting to everybody and socialising, and that's what the social is all about. It's not just about sitting there with your head down sewing your garments. You can do that at home. I have a good rummage through the swaps table. We have another table where people price up their precious fabrics and sell them, so I have a good look on there as well. Yeah, and find out what everybody else is making, and there's going to be 20 of us this week, so that's going to take me till lunchtime, I'm sure. So in the afternoon I'll make a start on this linen version of the tulip dress, and hopefully I'll have this to show you as next week's garment. So there we go, another week done. Amazing. I've had a fabulous week and I'm looking forward this week. Apart from the social on Wednesday, I haven't got any plans, so we'll see how much sewing I get done. You know what will happen, don't you? When I think I've got loads of time to sew, which happened the other week, I get nothing done. But we'll see. I'm gonna love you and leave you now. Have a wonderful sewing week. I hope you're getting on with your projects. And are you starting to plan your autumn winter wardrobe like me? Or do you leave it till you're actually in the depths of winter? I'm not sure which is the best way, to be honest, because at the moment I'm trying to find fabrics to sew in the autumn and winter, but they're not all in the shops yet. Whereas if I waited, I'd have a lot more choice. So I think it's going to be a little bit of both, a balancing act, so that I don't end up with too much fabric. Because if you don't know already, I'm doing a huge de-stash over on Instagram. It's going really well. So if you're one of the people who's bought from my de-stash page, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's really helping me to control my stash. And Steph as well, because some of the fabrics on there are hers, not mine. If you've not had a look, I will pop the link in the details below and you can go and have a nosy at my de-stash. There are some more fabrics that have been put on yesterday. So if you've been on once, haven't seen anything that you fancy, go on, bob on and have another look, because we've put some more fabrics on now that some of them have sold. And I'm definitely going now. I've got sewing to do. I've got Mondays, I tidy my sewing space and do my vlogs and edit, and then try and fit a bit of sewing in as well. So I might get the Fittleworth dress finished and photographed and on Instagram. And if you believe that, you believe in miracles. Right, I'll see you next time. happy sewing, and love you all loads.